Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Lady Coco Show. It is Wednesday evening. Thank you all for tuning in as you always do on 75. Tonight we have a special guest. So we want you all to come in and get some of this good information that we have on health issues and a little bit of other information along with new products. All right. So give me just a moment and I'm going to bring my guest in. Some of you all know her from the previous interview that we had about 5 months ago. And so she is returning again for the second time around. Give me just a moment. So you say that you're ready, baby. All right, everybody. Welcome once again to the Lady Coco Show. I see you all are chiming in from all over the world. I see Marie Miller, Clifton Earl, and some of the rest of you. I see the blue hearts on here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my special guest in. It is no other than Dr. Taal. So I want you all to welcome her to the show.
Hello, viewers. Hello, Lady Coco. I'm so happy to be back on the Mother of All podcast. How are you, darling?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm well, thanks to God. Yeah. So
You're looking well.
yeah. Well, I look better on Zoom, but I'll go along with your program tonight. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Do we need to zoom you in?
Now you ask. Well, it is Wellness Wednesday, so we have lots to talk about. So I'll let you get started.
Okay. Well, you are here for the second time around. I want you to allow the people to know. We'll bring them up to date to where we are, and then kind of like piggyback a little bit on what we spoke on about 5 months ago, especially dealing with your health. We talked about cancer much more. So I'm going to allow you to elaborate on that. And then we have some new information for you all. Some of you all have been waiting for this, and now we are here with fruitions. All right. So, Dr. Taal, we welcome you once again to the Lady Coco podcast. It is Wednesday night once again. Welcome. How are you doing, and where have you been besides all over the world since we last spoke?
Still on the road. Yeah, still on the road and trying to get back to Africa by the time the holidays roll around. So, yeah, I'm, setting up different things, nonprofit foundations here. And that's why I'm a little bit delayed getting back to the continent, the African continent. But if anyone out there is not familiar with my story, last year, I started my own business. I finished my doctorate degree and I decided I'm going to, start my little private practice and have a clinic for mental health patients. And lo and behold, 6 months into it, I wasn't feeling good. And I was like working 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. And I was, making good money, but then it's a trade-off. Okay. It's going to affect your health. So I decided that I'm going to go on a healing journey and go back to origin, because this is what, we are, in my family, this is what we know, that
Mhm.
your healing is going to come from the planet. Okay. So just boil something, grow something, chew something, and you're gonna be better. Yeah. So it was the rejuvenating power of nature, that I can say is the reason why I'm sitting here with you today.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, share with us some of the things that you actually went through, and what type of supplements or treatments did you have to get you up to code today?
Yeah, well, I tried everything, and last year I thought I had leukemia, and I was crying about this to my doctor. And
Hmm.
there's like three different, things you have to look at if it is leukemia. And there was only two, but my doctor, he's looking at me like, yeah, I'm worried too. And I'm looking at him. And then the next time I followed up, I saw the nurse practitioner. She goes, well, you're fine. There's the other one's not there. And I'm like, so why do I feel so bad? So a lot of it was my diet. He did tell me to stop eating meat, and I shared that with you, and I was only eating sardines. So there's even more to this. We should be eating our vegetables first, and I have a video about that on the Vitalize Africa channel, my channel. So if you eat your vegetables first, it's not going to allow your blood sugar to spike. Okay, so you get better blood sugar control, glucose control, and better weight management strategy. So there's a sequence that you should eat your food: your veggies first, then your protein, your fats, and then your rice and beans and all that after. But we just love to like dig into the rice and beans. It's not
Right.
easy, but you get more energy. I feel better already. And of course, I'm still drinking my Moringa every day. And I almost gave up, for the hair product. I wish it was tomorrow you had me on. I'm going to get my hair braided, but then my braids are going to be too tight. So anyway, here we are.
So,
So
so you share with us also, like, how do you balance, your diet with the certain foods, like you're eating starch and you're eating your veggies and no meat. So I'm pretty sure that taking the meat away, you felt some type of way. So how did you balance, staying away from the meat and now just the veggies and the starches?
right. So in Africa, the part of Africa, West Africa, where I was near Senegal, which is the Gambia, they eat a lot of fish. So that's easy and it's cheap. Fish hair, it's like what we can get over there for like $3. It's like $25 here, you
Mm,
know? So it's cheap. It's $1.50 for a plate of food. Okay. In
really?
Yeah, in Africa. $1.50. Okay.
Wow.
I know. So
We're paying $20 a plate, $15 a plate when we
and
go out to eat.
we're eating supermarket food, and it's $1.50 for real food.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I
organic.
need to get to Africa.
Yeah, organic food. There you go.
Yes. So, all right. So we got the diet down pat. You also shared with me about the sardines and a little bit of rice and veggies. So I did try that possibly what 3 months ago, maybe four, and it
Right.
did work. But I got tired of those sardines like fast.
Right. And we can't even trust a lot of these you know, types of canned fish or any fish because of
Mhm.
the mercury. So you don't want to go ahead and eat too much of that for too long. But what I could suggest, like I said earlier, is to eat your veggies first and do the sequencing that I'm recommending, and you're going to have more energy. The carbs are not going to, uh, allow your body to put on weight, you know, store the fat. You'll feel better, and within 2 days, I'm not joking. 24 hours, I felt a difference. 48 hours. And this is just this week I started. I found out that this is how we should be eating our food. And there's a woman out there, her name is the glucose goddess, and she's the one that did the research. I think she's a biochemist and figured this out. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. And so you're just moving right along and look like you're thinning out real, real good from the last time I saw you.
Well, yeah, I was in a slump. I'm not gonna, you know, I have a lot to work on and see patients and part-time working, with mental health patients, especially this time of the year, it's a lot. Every call I get, they're crying. It's like, okay, if you're crying, we're supposed to do a 15-minute call, but it's going to be 30 or 40.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right, right. So let's talk about mental health. When you're diagnosed with mental health, I mean, a lot of people don't even look at like they have mental issues. When you say mental health, they'll say, "Oh, ain't nothing wrong with me." But I'm finding out more and more and more that there are a lot of people that suffers from mental health. One of my daughters, she used to just spaz out, love to fight, do all these things. You couldn't really talk to her. So the older she got, things just got worse for her. And so she was diagnosed with mental health as well. So once we realized what it was that she was dealing with, I promise you, it became so much easier. She started going to counseling and things like that. So explain to me what type of things that causes mental health. Is it something that we're born with, or is it something that we just adapt to as life go on?
Right. It could be both the environment that we're raised in. Some people have more anxiety because of, the uncertainty that they had to live through with their parents and their childhood. And so some people, it is hereditary. It is bipolar. That's, if your mom has bipolar, it's likely one of her children or maybe all will be bipolar. So
Mhm.
there's different assessments that people should do so that we can determine, what it is that needs to be treated.
Absolutely. So you mentioned in bipolar. So what's the difference in being bipolar and being mentally? I'm going to say mentally challenged or disturbed. What's the difference in the two?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's severe mental illness. And bipolar, people have depression, but with bipolar, there's bi is two. So there's two things going on, the depression, and then they turn around and they're like, Superman or Superwoman, so they can go from that extreme to the other. So that's why we call them bipolar. Yeah.
Wow.
Unipolar would just be depression, that one thing going on, but
What is it called?
unipolar, that's regular depression.
Unipolar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Help us out.
Yeah, I can help your viewers more if they go to my website. It's talcare.com, and you can take your assessment there. I do an email with you once a week. If you have questions, there's going to be guides available. Right now, we have the love making guide there. We want people to get close and to get to know each other better, and we have more intimately, and we have we're going to have the hair grow guide. We're going to have the anxiety and depression guide as well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And they can find you on YouTube and your website. You have a website also, you said?
Yes, Taal care.com, talcare.com.
Okay. Did you guys get that? TAAL.com.
Care.com, talcare.
CARE, telcare.com.
You got it. Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
It's TAALCARE.com.
Yes, Maria.
Telcare.com.
Mm,
Okay. I want to talk about cancer also, because we did elaborate on cancer the last show. And so you broke down some pointers and views with the viewers, speaking on how it's, it's not rare in the African American community. So what are some of the things that causes us to get cancer?
yeah. So some of it can be hereditary, but there's things that we can do to, hopefully avoid that. And our diet is one. Um, we have to detox. And that's why a lot of foods they have on the label antioxidants. You have to get those toxins out of your body. A good way to do a daily detox is drink moringa. Okay, that's what I do. Moringa is a great uh, fighter and antioxidant. Um, soursop. Some people are now learning about soursop leaves. That's a great tea to drink. And
Mhm.
your some most of your fruits, yeah, they will help to. A lot of your fruits will help you to, you know, detox. And yeah,
Okay. So where can we get the tea? I know where we can get the oil, but how can we get the tea?
if uh, your viewers would like to order it, we have the fresh one from the trees in the Gambia. There's a seller in Rhode Island that I know. I can have her, yeah, definitely ship it to our viewers. As I told you before, Lady Coco, there's a difference in the tea that we're buying here, the moringa oil that we're buying here in the Asian stores. I found out there's like 80% of the products that they're saying, has moringa here in the United States, it's really not. So why not get it from the real place, and that's from Africa, the African continent, and it's organic. We should be using organic products in our hair or on our skin, because a lot of times we look at these bottles and we can't even pronounce the names of the things that's in there. And over
Right.
time, yeah, then 5 years later, they're like, "Oh, this will affect your health. Were you using this stuff?" You're like, "Yeah."
And for how long were you using this stuff?
We have a lawsuit going on that you might want to join. Oh, come on, people.
That is so crazy. But now we do have the moringa oil, and we're going to speak on that in just a little bit. But I wanted you to go back to eating the red meat and how it affects your digestive system and how long it takes to digest in the body before it actually passes through. Because oftentimes I know this, our people do not detox. They feel like if they have a BM once a day, possibly twice a day, that's detoxes. But that is not detoxes when you go and have a regular BM. Am I correct?
Exactly. Yeah. So we want to eat more omega-3 types of foods, and have a good balance, but not too much of the omega-6, which is what meat would be classified as. So too much of that. And the other thing is, it takes like a long time, like 30 days for everything, if you eat meat, for everything to pass through. So there's
Mhm.
different particles from the meat that's going to stick to your intestines, and it's going to take weeks to come out. So those things cause, other things to form and develop, and we don't want that. We want, you know, to, yeah.
So what would you say to people that eat red meat like on a daily? I know people eat meat every day. Is that good? And
No,
some people tell you, Dr. Tell, if I don't have meat, I cannot eat.
no, it's really not good. We should be, you know, what, okay, do they like fish? Do they like chicken? Mix it up a little, not the same red meat every day.
They want the red meat. They'll tell you they want the red meat. You have so many people, they love steak. They love steak. I
Okay.
want a steak. And so
It's,
they're not, and they're not going to eat you. There are people that do not eat fish at all, don't like
oh,
fish. No. So
so,
then what do they eat?
so this person we are referring to, is it a male, a man?
It's both.
Yeah. So this person has a higher risk of prostate cancer, eating a lot of red meat. That's what the research shows. So
Wow.
I know. So that's gonna just, lead to certain issues that could have been avoided down the road. So
Hmm.
doing this long term, yeah, other things will form and develop.
So, is there a substitution for people that feel the need to eat the red meat all the time? Like, what else can they eat? I know, they're going to add their vegetables and some starches in there, but what can they substitute um, this meat with. They have to be able to substitute because, especially African American people, they want their meat. They want the cows, the pigs. They want it all.
The only option would be fish or to go vegetarian, but I'm sure they're not ready for that. So, and they don't like fish. So at least, do your chicken more. Okay.
Okay. Is there a certain chicken you should eat? Because all chicken is not organic. So
Right.
is it okay to eat chicken that is not organic?
Well, if they're not adding antibiotics and hormones to it, yeah, I would eat it. You
But
know,
how will we know? How
they
will we
should,
know?
it should say that on the label, on the labeling.
So we should be reading, in
Yeah.
other words.
Yes, exactly.
Don't just go to the store and throw it in the basket because it looks good. We should be reading, guys. We should be reading the label.
Yeah, yeah.
A
And
lot of people don't read, they just see it. I
yeah,
see it and I want it.
and some people they're like, something's gonna take me to heaven. So let me just, you know, do what I want to do and eat what I want to eat. The problem is you might have a slow journey getting there, and then you'll take a lot of different medication. You'll be, suffering, and who wants that, right? So
Hmm.
yeah,
Right.
we're all gonna go to heaven, but I don't want to just, fight all the way.
Absolutely. You have
Yeah.
a viewer on here, Betty Lamar. She's from Houston. She said that meat is not good for you every day. She said, what does that mean? I don't, wait a minute. I don't eat rice and beans. I'm a chicken and fish person and salad. So what do you think about that diet, Betty Lamar's?
Yeah. So make sure you eat your salad first if you want to have good weight management and good
Hmm.
blood glucose control. So she's doing,
Okay, so she's doing good. So she just needs to eat the salad first.
yes, exactly.
Okay. So now once if she's eating chicken and fish and salad, right? Should
Mhm.
she add anything else to that diet?
Well, I would take off the skin on the chicken, first of all, because there's a
I was
lot of
gonna
fat.
ask that. So take the
Yeah.
skin off.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. And don't eat too much of it, because, especially chicken wings, those things are high in fat. I don't know why. So, yeah.
But you're telling them to take the fat off the chicken. Do you know when you fry the chicken, that's what we want is the fat? What you're taking away from the chicken, doctor?
I know. It's all about talking to your brain, because our brain makes us, do things and say things that we shouldn't do and say, and yeah, so we have to fight with our brain. Yeah, it's called self-talk.
Self-talk. Okay, there's another viewer, Joyce Mim. She's saying, I eat chicken and fish and ground meat. What's your take on the ground meat?
Yeah, I mean, if she's eating it once a week, once or twice a week, that's fine. But every day, no, we gotta, like, you don't want to take away everything you love, but just what's moderation? I don't even want to say moderation, because that means different things to different people. So
Right. Moderation can mean one big full plate, and I won't go back for seconds because I already filled my plate. So that is not moderation. That's over. They call it glutton. That's glutton. You know,
lady.
I don't even like to go to all you can eat buffets. I really don't. Because when you do, you see these people with at least three, four plates at a time, and they go back for more. I have some family members, when you say buffet, they are buffeting. They were even a bag to take it home. What is this? I don't eat fried food either. I have acid reflux, so I have to watch what I eat. Betty Lamarche, you're on it. She is on it. She said, thank you. Yes, I don't eat the skin. Yuck.
Yeah, You got the right idea, Betty.
Yes, Betty is all tuned in. So I'm hoping that you all are listening and taking notes. Ground meat, what is this? Ground meat one time a week, like neck bones in soup. How about the neck bones?
Sounds delicious to me. I would, yeah,
Once a week.
once a week.
All right, so let's look at this now, doctor. We have 4 weeks per month, right? And so now you're saying once a week we can have the ground meat, we can have the neck bones, most definitely the fish, but not too much of omega 6, right?
Right. So, I mean, you could have it more than once a week if you're in good health, you're not on medication,
Mhm.
everything's going good for you. You're young, you're 25, you know.
So you're okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have one for you. There's a beer. She's Teresa Robinson from Maryland. She says, I eat all that, even steak and pork.
Is she 25?
She is not
After
five.
40, let's narrow this down a little bit. After 40, we want to, yeah, we want to be more
More
aware of what,
conscious
yeah, aware of what
what we're
we're
eating. So what
putting in
is your
our
take
body.
though on the pork? Eating, she said no, she's not 25. Let's see, 25, that's a laugh. Oh no, some are 60s and 70s on here.
Wow.
Some of my followers, they're laughing about the age, but at least they're sharing, their diet and what they're eating. So when you reach a certain age, how about that pork? What do you think? I know sometimes, a lot of us, we have high blood pressure and we're on pills for high blood pressure. What about this pork?
Yeah. So if you're on medication for high blood pressure, I wouldn't eat a lot of pork. I mean, you don't want to stop eating everything you love, but maybe like we said, just once a week.
Okay, you have two viewers. Teresa said she is 69. Joyce Mims is 73.
Wow.
Okay.
Fabulous. And I bet they look 33.
They look really good. They are part of my organization, the Blue Heart Divas. They look really, really good. So they're sharing what they eat.
Okay.
And so I still would stick to, a proper diet though. Like if it's okay to eat pork here and there, okay, eat your pork.
Right.
I don't think anything is wrong with it. If you're gonna do your beef or what have you, I wouldn't just glut it though. I really wouldn't glut it because it doesn't digest in the body. As you said, and it can hold for 30 days. So in 30 days, just imagine having something just clogged in your body. It's going to do damage to you. When you think about, you put this in your body today. Now you have 30 days. This is just sitting in your body. Where is it going? And what is it doing while it's sitting there?
Exactly. But this was a conversation I was hoping to have with you on Sunday when you're on
Oh,
my podcast, the Your Health Matters podcast on Sunday.
we're coming again Sunday. Different viewers, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I'm glad we touched on it. But I was waiting for you to unbox the Moringa.
I'm going to do it right now. You have to be on here at least 25 minutes. She's going to look, you all, she's trying to give us 10 minutes and leave. No, ma'am. So listen, so now we have recapped what we talked about 5 months ago. And somebody's talking about ice cream, Mama Joe. She said, what about ice cream? She's asking you that question.
Oh boy, a lot of saturated fat and it's got sugar in it. So together, when you eat foods like that, they have sugar and the fat together. It's a nightmare for your body. So if you're going to eat sugar stuff, eat sugar stuff. If you're going to eat, the fat, just eat something that's got fat. But together, that's a lot. Okay,
What about yogurt?
yeah, there's that. They say Greek yogurt is good, or some people are eating coconut yogurt. Like we said, you don't want to eat this all the time. Yeah, but
Somebody said they're eating ice cream right now. Betty Lamar said she eats keto ice cream. What
Oh,
about that?
nice. I'm sure it doesn't have trans fat. If it doesn't have the saturated fat, trans fat, that's what we have to stay away from. Processed foods, those are the things that's harming us. Okay, foods that got chemicals and preservatives, and we were talking about the chicken. Antibiotics that they put.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, those
And
things.
that's actually, you're right, Dr. Tal. That is actually on the packages. It'll tell you if it's antioxidant on the package. It will tell you that. I've seen it before. This is Ben and Jerry's. Oh Lord, they got into the ice cream now. Listen, you all have to come back Sunday so we can talk about food. But we're
Yeah,
about to introduce to you all the oils that we spoke on 5 months ago. I have it here with me. And so I'm going to allow you to introduce it, but I'm going to hold it up. You all get off that ice cream. I eat yogurt ice cream. How about that, Dr. Tell? Yogurt ice cream.
nice. I love it. Not every
Okay.
day.
What you say? Do Cool Whip Cool Whip, put it in the fridge. OMG is good. Oh my goodness. Leave the ice cream alone, y'all.
Yeah,
Well, look, we're about to now introduce this oil. I'm
yeah,
going to hold up the bottle because I do have some in stock, and
right.
I'm going to allow you to introduce it and let you all know that my package came on yesterday. And guess what? I sold 3 bottles within 1 hour.
Woo! You go, Lady Coco.
I did.
You
Okay, go ahead and tell us about it, and then I'm going to show it to the viewers.
you were born into this position, girlfriend. So let's give the viewers a little background about this moringa oil. We've been waiting for it since May, and it
Mhm.
was shipped to us. And I was in New York and heading to Texas, so I had it shipped to a friend's house in Texas, and the 30 bottles of moringa oil disappeared. So that put me into a little bit of a depression, and I lost my money. And so it wasn't until maybe 2 weeks ago, one of our viewers heard me say that I and his name is Charles. Thank you so much, Charles. You're Superman at this at this time. So he heard me say the moringa oil had disappeared, and you had customers waiting to get it, and I
Yes.
was I was just so upset about it. We never talked about it again. And then when I mentioned it to Charles, he heard me talking about it. He was like, "I'm going to send you the money to get that, yeah, to get that shipment again. I want you to be able to, market this moringa oil." And that just like messed me up. He said, "This is what Jesus said to do," or whatever the speech he gave me. And, a lot of times people talk bad about Black men. But the truth is, whenever they have money, they do spend it on Black women. Okay. The only problem with Black men, you want to be their number one, but sometimes you end up being number 21. So that's the only problem with
Oh,
some Black men.
not
Not
21.
you think you're number one and you're number 21 because they love spending
Oh
money
my
on.
goodness, you just far down the line. You far from number one.
Oh, yeah, but when they have money, they love spending it, but they want to spend it on all the women, But so this gentleman, he got us back on in the game, right? We got back in now. So you ended up getting your shipment. I'm waiting for mine, and now we can do what we're supposed to have been doing since May. How many months was that? June, July, like 5 or 6 months we've been,
Mhm. We've
yeah.
been
And I
waiting.
gave up.
And so,
Yeah,
John, we need you to tell us what this oil can do for you. Explain before I show this little powerful this power pack bottle I'm about to show you guys. So don't go nowhere. I need you to share this, all right?
yes. So moringa is a tree, and you can boil the leaves to make tea. Great antioxidant, powerhouse, good for libido and diabetes and you name it. Okay. And when I was using it, I would drink it, and I use it as a hair conditioner as well. The
You
tea.
can drink the oil or the tea.
No, the leaves. Yeah, the leaves you can make tea, and some people do eat the moringa seeds, which is what gives us the oil. And some people do drink some of the oil, but I drink mostly the leaves. So the root is a good skin disinfectant. Uh, and then there's the bark. They call it the skin of the tree in Africa. But you can also boil that and treat different, skin infections. But the leaf and the uh, and the seeds are vital. And basically, that oil that you have, it's from a tree in the forest in the Gambia. And so when it rains over there like for 5 months. Okay. So, this soil is like rich and fertile and the original soil for the original people. And that's us. Right. So,
Right.
right. So to me, these plants and these, herbal products from the motherland, it just has like superpowers. Okay. And like I said, it could help people's libido, uh, help your hair grow. It helps acne, skin conditions, the oil that you're about to show your viewers.
Okay. So listen, this little bottle right here, this is the little bottle we've been waiting for 5 months. And let me tell you something. I did this last night, and you said it was supposed to help me sleep also, right? I slept so good. I didn't want to get up this morning. I slept. So I basically
Right.
did what you told me to do. Like, well, I put it in my hair. Like I massaged my scalp with it, and it was very relaxing. Doesn't smell or anything, and it's mixed with castor oil. So this is the
Right. Well,
bottle.
yeah, yeah. When they purchase it, then we'll tell them how to mix it. There's more to it,
Right.
okay? But she gave.
Well, I'm gonna mix mine together for my
Okay,
people.
so
I
we could
think they'll
tell
be
you.
okay. Yeah, tell my y'all I'm gonna mix it for you because I don't want them to pour too much castor oil to be soaking and juicy over there. All greased up. Just
Right.
and you
No,
only
it's
need a
no.
little bit of this.
Yes, a
You only need a
teaspoon.
little bit.
A
Mhm.
teaspoon is good, and I'm trying to find a way to make a mist so that it could be evenly distributed, not too oily. So next year
Right,
I'll have my product line, yeah, up and running, and we can, yeah, have a better
right.
product instead of just
Or
measuring.
if they want to, yeah, if they want to mist it now, they can just go to the dollar store. They have those small little bottles, with
Mhm.
the little pump, and you can pour it
Right.
in there. What you say?
Mhm.
Sipping and slide. I said sipping and slide. The
Yeah,
oil.
we don't want you slipping and
Don't use.
slide. Yeah. So there's more to it.
We want
If
y'all
you
to get help.
Right. If you
Go
are
ahead.
purchasing it from Lady Coco, if she'll be sharing more with you about the best way to evenly, cover your scalp with it. And we'll have more about that once you order. Okay.
Yes, yes. But this little bottle is only $10.
Hmm.
$10. I
And
have.
that's the same price they're selling it for in the Asian store. And you're buying vegetable oil. So now you
Not
have the
not
real
the
deal.
vegetable oil. Vegetable.
They're
How did
selling
you find out it was vegetable oil? What happened? Like what?
Yeah,
What?
I do research. Yeah, that's what I do, all day, every day, researching,
You
researching.
did your research.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So they were selling vegetable oil, telling us that it was the moringa oil.
right.
That's
And
very sad.
and if you do find moringa in the United States, you're gonna get the one from India, and maybe that's okay. But I'm telling you, the one from Africa is the power source that you need.
Okay, and so with this one, you're saying that we can actually take a little spoon of this, teaspoon or something, maybe half a teaspoon,
Hmm.
and you only should do this at night.
At night because you could feel a little sleepy and it does make you drowsy for some people as well. For me, I saw like my hair growing I accidentally came across it, because I was sick and I bathed in it and they said drink it. And then next thing I know, my hair was growing and I was like, what did I do? So I got the moringa oil and it grew more after I drank the moringa leaf tea. And then I was like, huh, you know, this thing is working. And so, yeah, I did half the bottle instead of a teaspoon. I just like went crazy with it.
Oh wow! But you only need a teaspoon of this
Right.
stuff.
So,
You probably don't even need a teaspoon of it, really, right? I mean,
yes, you can
if
evenly
you're putting it
distribute.
in your if you're putting this in your hair,
Right.
especially African Americans, you don't want to just grease yourself down with this. And then if you're Caucasian, you really don't want to grease it down. So you just want to put a little bit on there. It said, make a list of the things that are good for us to take to use.
Yes, you have to go to my website, talcare.com. Okay.
Now, is this going to be on the interview on Sunday that we're doing also? Uh,
Yes, we'll continue our discussion and I'll add a little more, but the goal is to have everyone educated and monitored so that you have a little support from me. I'm a nurse doctor, and I have an assessment on my website. I have a monthly membership, $5 a month. And like I said, you get emails, weekly emails from me that you could send me as well. We have the assessment, we have a one-on-one that I'll do with you so we can see what's the best approach, because it's not everyone can tolerate certain things. Some people, maybe if they have blood pressure issues, they shouldn't be using that because it can drop your blood pressure. So I need to, work closely with you if you have any medical issues, okay? Or, of course, ask your doctor. If you don't want to talk to me, ask your own doctor if it's the right thing for you, okay?
but then if the patient comes in telling you as the doctor or nurse practitioner what they're actually dealing with or their illnesses, and you tell them what you have, you should also be able to explain. So it would be good for them to go to your website, get more information, and then
Right.
have that one-on-one consultation with you. And then if they're not comfortable with what you're saying, then they can go and pay their doctor all this money to get the same answer. So I would suggest that you all go to the website, see what Dr. Tell has on there. It is tallcare.com. So go
TAAL. TAAL. Yep.
TALCARE.com.
Right.
Go check it out. And if you can't get it, reach out to me for my followers, and I will direct you over to her so you all can get more information. Oftentimes people feel like, oh, you don't want to talk about health. Don't nobody want to hear that on my podcast. Anyways, it's more music. But I do interview entrepreneurs. I interview other people. So it's not just going to be about music. We all need to know about our health and what's going on in this one body that we get. You have to take pride in it.
That's very true, Lady Coco. So, I'm doing an herbal class every week. I'm studying with a traditional herbalist from Africa, Dr. Pui. And every Saturday, I do a 2-hour class. If people are interested in joining Dr. Pui, it's $20 a session each week. And I'm going to take all of that information. If you don't have time to join a weekly session, I'll do a once a month summary for like $10 on my website. A Zoom call as well will be available. So, you're going to have a lot of different options, okay, so that you can have more support and be healthy for 2024 and sexy, even if you're 74, even if you're 24, So this is how we're
Even
going
if you're
to.
68. Well, I think what we're going to do is she's going to be the doctor. I'm going to be the assistant. Getting all this good, juicy information. If you all don't feel comfortable going to her, since you're my
You know what
followers
the
on here,
assistant,
I'm going to
you
take
know
you
what
right
the
over there.
assistant, what the assistant's going to say, let's ride. And then I should
That's
do
right.
your
Let me fast out. Wait a minute, you
thing.
guys. This is funny. Did you all hear the doctor say, let's ride? that means, have you been watching me?
Yes, you found me out. Yes, you did. Yes, you're doing a fabulous job, my sister. Yeah.
Thank you. Did y'all hear the doctor say let's ride? Did anybody hear?
That's your thing, girl. We know who that is. Lady Coco.
Yes, everybody knows, and everybody knows 75 South. It's just phenomenal that they do know everywhere I go. They know. Sometimes they'll just say 75 South. Other times they'll say let's ride. So let's ride for me is what we're doing tonight. Look, they're on there saying let's ride. So you just started something. You can see the comments if you click on comments. You can see the comments also.
Okay, cool.
Dr. Tail.
All right, let me see if I
Oh,
can. Yeah,
yeah. Click.
okay. Yeah, I'm streaming on my platform, so I don't know if I could bring it up. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, this has been good. We're not going to keep you long. If you all would like to purchase this power pack bottle, I think you need to do it right now. I have seven, seven left, and I
Yes.
just got these yesterday when I got home from work. I was trying to figure out what is this box. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out the name or anything. So when I opened it, I was like, and you
Uh,
know me, I get so excited when I get something. I wanted to open it right away. So I was so glad I spoke to you and you said, no, do it at night when it's time to go to bed because I was ready.
and only a teaspoon.
Only a
But
teaspoon. But so let's clarify this again. So we can actually drink this.
yeah,
We can
some people
swallow this.
do. But yeah, I like the leaves better, making the tea with the leaves. And you could also do a hair conditioner with the tea from the leaves. So that's what I do. And just, pack it on. And there's more to it. That's why I want to make sure everyone knows if they have different needs, they can reach out to me at talcare.com or vitalizeafrica@gmail.com. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so someone is asking about the leaves. So you said that we can get the tea on Amazon. Did you say Amazon?
No, no, there's a supplier. She's from Africa. The guy that ships from the Gambia, this is his sister, and she's in Rhode Island, and she has the leaves.
Oh,
And
she has the leaves.
right. And you could make the oil at home, and she has the seeds too. So if some people like to cook or, stir up stuff, cook up,
Hmm.
whip up stuff. So you could, yeah, if you're interested, you could order. I'll be in Texas for Thanksgiving, so I'll be bringing my shipment that's on the way. If more people want to order, yeah, we'll have it available Thanksgiving.
Okay, let's see. There's a question. Do you send the leaves too? Yeah, she send the leaves, right? If they order the leaves, she send them.
Yeah, I could make sure they ship the leaves if you're interested in buying that. Yeah,
Okay.
fresh from Africa.
Okay, and don't forget if you guys want this little potent bottle, reach out to me and let's get rid of this seven real fast. Then y'all run over there with Dr. Tell and get all of her 35 bottles. All right, so I'm going to let you close us out with what you have coming up next. And you already told them how they can find you. Also, she has a YouTube channel. So elaborate about your YouTube channel so they can go and subscribe also.
Yes, I need your help, viewers. We have a Deaf Miss Gambia 2023 that we're trying to sponsor to get her to the beauty pageant in Tanzania in 14 days. She needs to be there. So we're going to be doing a fundraiser. So please, if you can possibly help this young lady to get from the Gambia to Tanzania for the pageant, she is a remarkable woman. She decided, she's going to make her own opportunity. You ever see those type of people? They're just going to create their own opportunity.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so she created this beauty pageant. And the first time she told me about it, she said she went to the government for help, and they wouldn't help them to travel, to the big competition. But now she has the chance again, and yeah, we're going to try to get her Miss Deaf Gambia 2023. It's funny how a lot of people are born with everything they need, and they're just, so sorry for themselves. But this girl, she was born without the gift of hearing, and she can, lift herself up, and she has a great family support system, and it's the dynamics is just incredible. So please, I need your support, everyone. I'll be doing a telethon Friday and Saturday. Check out the Vitalize Africa channel, and Lady Coco should be leaving the link for everyone to check
Yes.
out. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, once again, we want to welcome you back for the second time around. And as we grow, we'll be coming back some more so Dr. Taal can give you all more information. But in the meantime, just go to the website, follow her on YouTube, and subscribe as well as myself. You all know I'm Lady Coco everywhere. So go to YouTube and do that for us. And let's try to get some of this oil out. I just sold a bottle today. Thank you, Joyce Mims. Nacogdoches.
Yay.
Go, Lady Coke. That's what I say. Let's ride on 75 South, baby.
I'll be on 75 South in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, when you get here, I may not be here.
Oh,
I may be out of town. I will let you know.
okay. But you're going to be on my podcast Sunday, right? The Your Health Matters podcast.
Yes, I will be there at 11 o'clock.
11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern. Yes. So we'll continue our conversation this Sunday, November 5th. Yes, at 11 a.m. Central.
And I'm going to share with you all so you can come and hear the rest of Dr. Taal on Sunday.
Yes. So bring
Get
those
up early.
Yes, bring those questions for me.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the the warm treatment that you gave me, and I'm hoping I'm inspiring our original people out there.
Yes, you are.
To go back to our origin and to protect our health and to share, okay, the things that we're learning as well, okay?
Absolutely. Okay, Dr. Taal, thank you so much for being on my show once again. I'm so honored and privileged to have a doctor on the podcast.
Nurse doctor,
still doctor on the podcast. Nurse doctor practitioner. And thank you all for tuning in once again, as you always do. And thank everyone that shared. And so if you can come on Sunday with your questions, if you want to jot your questions down, jot the questions down so you don't forget. Maybe you had a question tonight and you didn't get a chance to ask the question. So jot it down. And on Sunday, when we come back, you'll be able to ask Dr. Taal that question. So we're going to say good night from the Lady Coco Show in Dallas, Texas, 75 South. And what we say, let's ride and good night. We'll see you guys later.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.